Dragon Ball is famous for its insane high-octane tournament arcs, and Dragon Ball Super's Tournament of Power is no exception to this rule. Just like the "my dad could beat up your dad" argument, everyone wants to know which fighters are the strongest. In the ever-expanding world of Dragon Ball, there is always a bigger fish in the sea. Remember way back in the original Dragon Ball when Piccolo was a significant threat? Well, nowadays we have buff aliens that are about as powerful as gods of destruction, so power creep is definitely a big thing in Dragon Ball. In the Tournament of Power, we see Goku and Vegeta unlocking a never-before-seen power-up in the form of Ultra Instinct. So they're still able to keep up even at the ripe old age of 40. We won't be including fusions in this video, all the fighters have to stand on their own. So, how strong are your favorite Tournament of Power fighters? Let's find out. Goku's son Gohan was once set up to be the greatest Saiyan of all time, but that all fell to the wayside when he focused on being a family man. He's still incredibly strong in his own right, but he's never quite lived up to his father since the Dragon Ball Z era. That's why he comes in last on this list, but that's not a bad place to be considering the competition. He puts up a great fight during the Tournament of Power, taking down some seriously tough opponents like the Winnie the Pooh wannabe Botamo, as well as Saunel and Pirina. He ultimately sacrifices his position in the tournament in order to take out the lightning-fast Dyspo with the help of Frieza. Say what you want about the guy, but Gohan always tries his best to save the day in the end. For the longest time, Android 17 has been kind of overshadowed by his sibling, Android 18. But fortunately for our favorite cybernetic park ranger, 17 got his time to shine in Dragon Ball Super, and shine he did. Not only was Android 17 the one who technically won the whole tournament, but he also pulled some seriously impressive stunts along the way. 17 would often beat his opponents not by brute force or transforming, but by outmaneuvering them with his incredible speed and outsmarting them with his tactical acumen. Plus, his reckless manner of fighting saw him getting a few gambles going his way, like when he wounds Jiren with a point-blank explosion to his back. He may not be the strongest, but he makes up for it in what I'd refer to as spunk. And since he was the last Universe 7 participant still standing at the end of the tournament, he got the opportunity to make the selfless wish to save the rest of the universes from erasure. If you were to summarize most of the occupations of characters in Dragon Ball, they could loosely be described as martial artists, but that's not the case for this next character. Hit is a true consummate professional, an assassin for hire. His signature style of assassination is to kill his targets with just a single strike, and that skill really shows in the tournament. Hit's most notable ability lies in his power to alter the flow of time with his time skip. During prolonged fights, especially against those with powered-up forms, Hit excels, not giving his opponent a moment to breathe and draining their stamina faster than usual with his time skip. He's shown to be extremely adaptable in combat, recognizing the weaknesses of his opponents nearly instantaneously. In the Tournament of Power, the only thing that holds Hit back is that he isn't allowed to kill his opponents. Poor Frieza, always watching other Dragon Ball characters get cool power-ups while he's barely transformed since Dragon Ball Z. Well, in Dragon Ball Super, he gets his own Super Saiyan palette swap in the form of Golden Frieza. In an interesting turn of events for the series, the most obnoxiously evil character in Dragon Ball is forced into the role of the, admittedly, extremely reluctant hero during the Tournament of Power. His new Golden Frieza form acts more as a temporary power-up as opposed to his permanent evolutions in the past. Golden Frieza is such a powerhouse that even against Jiren, Beerus noted that he may be able to turn the fight in his favor. To finish off the tournament, Frieza and Goku get to share an awesome moment of camaraderie by defeating the nigh-invincible Jiren with double rushdown barrage. Dyspo really does not get the respect he deserves when talking about the Tournament of Power. Especially when he's got some incredible achievements under his belt, like going faster than the speed of light and being the third most powerful in his universe, only behind Jiren and Toppo. It took not only the combined might of Golden Frieza and Gohan to take him down with a lot of quick thinking, but Gohan was forced to sacrifice his place in the tournament just to get him out. I just think he doesn't get a lot of respect because he stole Beerus' look. He does sort of look like a rabbit, I guess. Alright, be honest now. If they were wearing the same outfit, you wouldn't be able to tell them apart either. Unlike the usual Saiyan, Kale was much more quiet and soft-spoken than the rest of her race, coming off as downright socially awkward. A very sharp contrast to her partner Caulifla's brash and reckless attitude. Kale didn't have a lot of faith in herself until she unlocked her Super Saiyan form, where she basically just turns into a carbon copy of Broly with much of the power to match. Turns out, Kale is the legendary Super Saiyan of her universe, which only comes around every 1,000 years or so. Upon transforming for the first time, legendary Kale absolutely manhandles Goku, even getting her own puny god moment from the first Avengers film. Goku is forced to go into a Super Saiyan Blue form just to have a chance at taking her out, and even then, she's able to just walk through his charged up Kamehameha like it's nothing. Goku is able to best her later on, but you don't often see someone putting the hurt on Goku like legendary Kale did. Toppo is notable for many things, among them having an awesome mustache, but it's his incredible power and skill that really makes him a threat. Although, that mustache... However, one of the most shocking things that happens during the Tournament of Power is Toppo becoming his universe's god of destruction in the middle of a fight with Golden Frieza. Frieza tries to take him out with a death ball, only for Toppo to put the absolute minimum effort of just flicking his thumb and dispelling it completely. Even working together, Android 17 and Frieza cannot put a dent into the newly formed God of Destruction. It takes Vegeta in Super Saiyan Blue form to remember his good old Saiyan pride to take out Toppo. And only when he's willing to sacrifice it all with his suicidal final explosion attack seen from Majin Vegeta was he able to take out the mustachioed strongman. To be able to push the Prince of Saiyans that far, even as a God of Destruction, is a really impressive feat. Ah yes, the Prince of Saiyans, always near the top, but never quite able to surpass his friend and rival Goku for too long. During much of the Tournament of Power arc, Vegeta is often shown fighting side by side with Goku against Jiren, though he definitely gets his own moments to shine outside of his fights alongside Kakarot, like his previously mentioned final explosion against Toppo. Even though Vegeta is never really able to tap into Ultra Instinct like Goku is, he puts up some incredible fights throughout the Tournament of Power. Near the end of the arc, he once again channels that Super Saiyan pride and takes on Jiren by himself to buy time for Goku. He is inevitably defeated, but not before giving over the rest of his energy to Goku. He's come a long way since he was the selfish Frieza Force member on a mission to destroy the Earth, and for that, we've got to give him credit. Now we get to Son Goku, or Kakarot if we're going by Saiyan names. This is one of the few lists you won't see our favorite orange gi-wearing monkey man at the top. What is there to say about Goku? He's constantly breaking his limits and looking for stronger opponents to fight. Well, in the Tournament of Power, we get to see both in spades. Goku almost never stops fighting Jiren throughout the tournament, being the only other contestant, save for maybe Vegeta, that is capable of giving the big gray alien a run for his money. As is standard for the series, Goku unlocks a brand new power in the form of Ultra Instinct, which allows him to dodge and shrug off nearly every kind of attack, even those from Jiren once mastered. Even though he isn't able to beat Jiren on his own, Goku rallies his Universe 7 team enough to just barely push them all over the edge and win the tournament. Seeing him and Frieza team up in their one final attack is just the icing on the cake. What is there to say about this guy? He's just an utterly unstoppable force of nature. You can tell how powerful he is by the simple fact that the combatants in the Tournament of Power get overjoyed whenever they're able to get the slightest injury on him. There is no question that as he stands on his own, Jiren is the absolute strongest mortal we know of in the Dragonball multiverse, and it's not that close. It took the combined might of Goku, Frieza, and Android 17 to finally take Jiren out and win the tournament. I know what I'd really like to see is Jiren and Super Broly go head-to-head. Now that fight may just destroy the entire multiverse. The Tournament of Power will go down as one of Dragon Ball's most memorable arcs, showing us just how much more there is out there for Goku to inevitably surpass one day. Maybe after Goku beats Jiren, Master Roshi can show his true form and teach Goku to respect his elders.